Welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa. Get your education booklet in our daily newspaper, street sales, or at your school every Monday to Thursday for pre-primary up until grade 3. The lessons are for listening or watching online. Inside the newspapers, there is an insert of the lesson booklet. Please cut the top of the lesson booklet with a pair of scissors and fold it for ready to use. But there is more. We are also available on our online platforms, MyZone and Zoshi Facebook pages, and in addition, our website, Zoshi Online.
Good day, class. Today we are going to have a quick road safety lesson. Step 1. Always stop when you get to the road. Step 2. You have to make sure to look left, right and left again. And as soon as you don't hear or see any more cars, then you are free to cross the road. Remember everyone, look left, right and left again. Now everyone, I hope that you will continue to cross the road safely. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Hello everyone and welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa and thank you so much for joining me today. Our theme this week is properties. And before we get into any lessons, we know that we need to sanitize. So let's take our sanitizer and we rub inside our hands, around our hands, in between our fingers, on our wrists, and our fingertips too. Make sure your hands are dry before you touch anything else. For today's lesson, we will be doing reading, past tense, and computation.
Follow us on MyZone Facebook Active Kids to watch your daily lesson.
Now, boys and girls, let us begin our lesson by going to page 23. On page 23, we are going to be doing some reading. The type of reading we will be doing today is called a dialogue. Now, a dialogue is when two or more people are having a conversation. In this case, we have Penny, Ben, and Mona. These three people are talking about a topic about the environment. Now, I'd like us to read it 3 times. The first time is to understand what they are discussing. Then the second time is for you to get the answers for the questions below. After that, you're going to read it a 3rd time to make sure that you answered each question correctly. Let's start. I keep my environment clean. Wow, look at all this pollution. Yes, people just don't seem to care about the environment. Some children are just lazy and selfish. They think if they throw something on the ground, someone else will clear it up. What a cheek! Why should other people clean up their rubbish? Soon we won't even be able to see the grass. So this has been our dialogue. Now, as you noticed, I did not read their names. That's because I'm trying to pretend like I am them. So if you are reading your dialogue, make sure that you don't read their names. Let's now go into the questions. Ben was saying, we are going dash. Are we going dash? Mona was saying, no, I think we dash. No, I think we dash. So the three friends started a clean up today at school. Clean up day at school. So the two dashes that we can see is you completing the conversation. Remember, they are three people speaking. So the ones they want you to complete are for Ben and Mona. So now that we have read our questions, you have to go back and read the passage again so that you'll be able to fill in what you think Ben will say and then fill in what you think Mona would say. Make sure you try to change your voice. It can be a funny voice, a scary voice, a soft voice, a loud voice, a deep voice, or a high voice. Any voice you think for each character. Just make sure Ben's voice is the same for every time he talks and also for Penny and Mona. Have fun with this one, and definitely, boys and girls, we need to find ways to keep and save our earth. When you're done with that one, you can go to the next page, page 24. On page 24, you can see that we are doing the past tense. Now, we know our verbs by now. We know that we have different types of verbs. So today, we're going to be using our past tense verbs to fill in for the verbs we can see. Now, the verbs that are in the box are ate, had, drank, made, cooked, saw. It's going to be your job to read them again and then to place the correct past tense verb with its matching word. Now you can see that we have the pictures to help us. So I'm only going to do 3 with you, and the rest of them you're going to do by yourself. So we are now going to try the first 3. We have the verb here and the past tense on the other side. If the verb is drink, what would the past tense be? I want you to take a good look at your picture. Yes, well done. The past tense of the word drink is drank. Very good. So make sure that you are putting it in the correct place in your booklet. Now, if the verb is eat, what is the past tense of the verb eat? If you said ate, well done. So go ahead and write the word ate. Make sure that you spell all your words correctly. And the last one we're going to do together, if the word is have, what is the past tense of have? I think this one was easy. If the verb is have, the past tense is had. Good job. So go ahead and fill in those missing words. Make sure you match the correct past tense to each of them. Then number 2 is asking us to do something else. So let's take a look at what we need to do. Number 2 is now saying that it is our job to make them into negative form. Now, when we say negative form, they have given you an example. I saw a bird in my garden. That's positive. But if we want to change it to negative, we need to say, I didn't see a bird in my garden. So we are going to have two new words, didn't and a verb. Let's try the first one together. The first one says, the children had lunch in the kitchen. So you and I are going to change this one into a past tense verb. If we say, the children had lunch in the kitchen, the past tense verb is had, but that is not a negative form. So we need to include the word didn't and then the verb have. Now our sentence says, the children didn't have lunch in the kitchen. So, boys and girls, take your time when you're changing them to negative form. Use the word didn't and the verb for the word that has been underlined. If you do that, I'm sure you will make perfect sentences. Please write neatly, read out loud, and don't forget your capital letters and your full stops at the end. I'll see you soon after the advert break.
Do you have children in the age range of 5 to 6 years and want to participate in our school booklet program? Please contact us on 081 74 3759 and we will put you on our distribution list for the attention of pre-primary schools. Topics include family, summer, culture, traditions and houses, transport and communications, occupations, autumn, and more. We distribute countrywide in over 7 different languages.
Our next part for this lesson is going to be on page 25. On page 25, we are going to be doing computation. Now it's our job to think carefully before we write our answers. We're going to do the last two at the bottom, E and J. So let's take a look. If we are going to be doing these ones, you know that we're going to be counting on. Now, I enjoy counting on because counting on helps us very much so. Now, if I have 13 plus 7, then my answer needs to be the one I used to count on. So, we need to draw 7 sticks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 and I need one more to make 7. Now we're going to count on from our number 13. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So that means our new answer on our bin is the number 20. Well done, everyone. Can you see? This was quite simple. So, drawing sticks and then counting on is the best way you can actually find your answer. Let's see if it works for the same one for J. J says 12 minus 8 equals dash. So, we are going to draw our 8 sticks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now instead of counting going forward, we're now going to count going backwards. So remember, 12 is already there. And then we say 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. So we have crossed out all our sticks and we now know that our answer is 4. So remember, when you are adding, you draw the number of sticks for the smaller number and you count going forward. And then when you are subtracting, you draw the number of sticks for the smaller number and you cross out going backwards. So now that we're done with that part, let's take a look at the bottom of our exercise. The bottom is now asking for addition, but not just any addition, boys and girls. We're going to be using our decade numbers. Now remember, you must add all the tens together first before the units. If you do that, then your answers will be simple. Let's try and do C and F together. Now the first thing I'm going to do is to label my tens and units. So all of my tens, I'm going to put a T with blue. This is a T. There is a T there. I know that this is my tens, and so is this one. Now I need to label my units. So I know that the first digit of every number is a unit. There we go. So what I will start by saying is 3 plus 6, because remember we're starting with our tens. Now you can use your fingers, counters, whatever you feel comfortable with. Today I'm going to use my fingers. So we are saying 3 plus 6. I already have 3 and I need to add 6 more. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now I need to count all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 3 plus 6, boys and girls, equals 9. But we are not done. We've only added the tens. Now we need to add the units. So we say 1 plus 5. Now 1 plus 5, I'm sure we can already see our answer is 6. So that is our answer. We now know that 31 plus 65 will give us 96. Now let's try the next one across the board. Here it says 65 plus 23. We've already labeled our tens and units. So we'll start with the tens, which are 6 plus 2. So if I have 6 in one hand, and then I add 2 more, 1, 2, I know that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. My answer will be 8. But we are not done. We still need to do the units as well. So we say 5 plus 3. So I have 5 in one hand, and now I need to say plus 3. 5, and then I have 3. So I can count on 5, 6, 7, 8. My answer is 8 as well. So now I know that 65 plus 23 will give us 88. So take your time, boys and girls. Make sure that you label your tens and units. That way you'll be able to do your work quicker. Have fun with the computations, and I'll see you soon after the advert break.
Follow us on MyZone Facebook Active Kids to watch your daily lesson and other fun activities with Zoe and Zoshi.
Boys and girls, we have now come to the end of our lesson, and I hope you had fun. I know I did. So, if you're not sure what to do, or you got a little bit of confusion from what I was saying, that's okay. You can ask another adult to help you. But make sure that you finish your work by yourself. So now that we are done, it's time to sanitize. Remember, when we sanitize, we are trying to show the world that we are responsible boys and girls. So sanitize as regularly as possible, and then you can show someone else how to sanitize. Make sure your hands are dry before you touch anything else. Sashi came early and we were busy playing before I had to say goodbye. Sashi, now I know where he is because we were playing together. So, from Sashi and I, we would like to say thank you for joining us today and goodbye!
Our online school will help you along the way. Find us at www.zoshi.online and download the booklet. Follow us on Facebook to never miss a video. Subscribe to our Zoshi Telegram channel if you want to receive daily updates. Proudly sponsored by the Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture, Namibian Community Trust, UNICEF, My Zone Online School, Amos Meerkat Syllabus, and Capricorn Foundation.